Hi, it's Jill from Crafty Things by Jill, and tonight I was going to show you how to make these using scraps. The tiniest of scraps, probably the last few things I used to throw away, I now even keep, which are these tiny little, I don't know how well you can see them. They're really thin. They're the cut-off pieces whenever you make something it's a hair too big. So you take your guillotine cutter and slice it off, and then you end up with all of these, and you throw them away. But Cori from Cori Dahmen came out with a video that just blew my mind. And I think I had to actually measure incorrectly in order to be able to fix it and get a bunch of these so that I could then make these. So she gets all the credit. I've only seen her do it. I don't know if anyone else has, but check out her channel and definitely check out her video where she shows you how to make these, or how she makes hers. This is sort of my way of how I do it. I'm not even sure anymore if she does it a little different, but she just grabs a handful like I just did, puts them on the side, and that's what she works with. She also does great videos on using up your scraps, which we all have, so plenty of fun there. So I just went ahead and dug in my scrap and cut off bin and came up with a few, and I jumpstart a little bit and cut paper for the inside because I would like to make some of mine into booklets like this where I sew it. I'm not going to sew it on the video because my sewing machine is across the room and I don't want to waste anyone's time. So I'm just going to do the cover, and these aren't even completed. They're not decorated. You can still put something on top of them. These are just, I make these ahead of time and I keep them like this, and I don't finish decorating them till I pick one out to put it in a journal, and that's when I decide exactly how I want to finish decorating it for that particular journal. Like if I wanted to put a tiny cluster on one, I would pick one and finish decorating, and maybe that won't even be finished. It just all depends on what you want to do to finish it. You can also use die cuts on top. She does that. Cori does that as well. It looks amazing, which I will also do on some of these. But for now, I just mostly finish them and then put them aside until I'm ready to use them. So here we go. Grab some paper, some cutoffs, anything that you can either fold. It doesn't even have to completely fold over. It could be like this one that was short, and I actually just made this one into a pocket. So I can stick little stamps or tiny tags in it, tiny bit of writing, and there it is. So you don't have to do it exactly how I'm doing it. You can, this one I think I'll keep folded this way. But this one I'm going to fold this way. And I think I may fold it a little short. Yes, I did. So let's get started. We're going to need some glue. You're going to need your scraps. And all you do is make sure that's down. Some of these I've already, not many, but because they're really hard to ink, so I don't normally ink them unless they're big enough that I can ink. But I do ink the cards, as you can tell. That's, I wouldn't be me if I wasn't inking. But I didn't want to do too much ahead of time and then come on and just glue paper on and get off, and then everyone was like, well, what the heck, it wasn't even worth clicking on. So I'll just do a little bit of inking. I like to ink on the outside. Good enough. And we get started. You just randomly pick whatever ones you would like to see on your journal, on your well, whatever you're making. If you're making a tag, which you can make a tag like this, it's just a tag. Or you can make a little journaling spot. So it doesn't really matter, whatever works for you. You can, as a matter of fact, I think I'll just put a couple of these here. I already stamped on top of the little pieces that I cut off on these two. Like this one, if you open up, it just has little pockets in it. But I stamped on top of it. The others, like this, I stamped just on the paper and then put them on. So you can just willy-nilly wing it and have a good time. I think that one's a little too big. So use your imagination, and whatever you would come up with, I would love to see if you tag me on Instagram. I don't have a Facebook. I should get one, an account, but right now I don't have that. There's the clogs. So let me just grab my pen here and unclog it. Let's see if that worked. Yep. So, but until I would get a Facebook account and start that, I do have an Instagram, which I'm hoping some of you actually seeing me are from there. Because then, if you would decide to do this, you could just tag me in it and tag me in the picture, and I'd love to see what you came up with. Because I really think it's a cute idea. I think Cori, she blew my mind with it. This, I will say, was one of the last few things I didn't keep and hoard, and now I find myself keeping these and hoarding them. But I don't know if anyone else keeps them, and if they do keep them and what they do with them. If anyone out there has other good ideas on how to use these, please share. Please share, because I had not come up with anything. Like I said, I've just threw all mine out always. So I was really taken aback. So thank you, Cori. You get full credit. This was a winning idea, and thank you for sharing it with us. And so yeah, it's that simple. It's truly that simple. You can call that one done. You can do it all the way across. I like to just, I'll put one more. Put one more. See? Just willy-nilly. Never know what I'm going to do. Just shocking. So, not much, but too much. There. And then I will sew the papers in at a later date. And I will call that one semi, almost, kind of done. Here's a plain one. I don't know if I don't even know what I'll do with the inside of this. This one is just perhaps printer paper that is coffee dyed. I do believe that when you use thin paper, it will help keep down some of the bulk rather than using cardstock. But if I use cardstock, I just put less paper inside it, or less pockets, so that I'm not bulking out my journals too much, because I do have a problem with that. I over stuff, and most of my journals become, I don't know if you call them alligator or crocodile or whatever, but that's what mine end up being. So when Cori said about using thinner paper, and I thought that was genius as well, because you don't always have to use thick cardstock. So I'm just gonna continue going on. I think this might be the only white one I do, unless I stamp on it before I put these down. I don't want too many. Oh, I don't want too many that are too plain. I do like them stamped, and that's one of my absolute favorite. If I could only have one stamp, it would be that. I love that one. But thank goodness I don't have to only have one stamp. That would make Joe unhappy. So but I hope I'm staying in frame. I have a hard time doing more than one thing at a time. I end up yapping and talking, and next thing you know, I am totally out of frame. And I like to stagger mine, as you see. I like to stagger mine. Pull some of these down here so you can kind of see what I was shooting for. I don't know what I was shooting for. But I really like it. And I already have distressed a bunch of these, and then I mixed up a whole bunch that were not distressed, and I just was too lazy to try them. No, not lazy. I just, there's no way I was picking through them. No. No, I'll use them without having them inked. So that's how I've been using them, not inked. So just to remind anyone that I'd love to see what yous come up with if you decide to try this. And if you have scraps that you don't know what to do with, here you go. Here's your answer. And like I said, I'd love you to tag me in it. Also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will answer any questions, and I really have gotten a couple of really nice comments, which really helps me feel welcomed here, and not, I mean, because I really am a little out of my element with these, with doing videos, I should say. I'm not normally putting myself out there or anything like that, so this was quite daunting. I don't know how to edit my videos yet, so the quality in that respect is not as good as probably it should be, and I don't even know how to link someone else's video or anything like that, but I guess if I eventually really, if this works out, I will have to take a more of an interest and take on the role of learning how to maneuver the editing tools and stuff, because right now the most I know how to do is turn my camera on and turn my camera off, and I don't always do that in the correct time. but I have had fun making these videos. I think I've had a blast making these videos. I was nervous and afraid that I was just going to fall flat on my face. But I didn't. I'm still in my chair. I am. So I just thought I'd bring you some of, even though it's not my idea, some of some ways to use up your scraps. Maybe just sit and have fun while you craft. Craft along with me, even if you're not doing the same craft I'm doing. We don't all have to do the same. Just all hang out and enjoy what we're doing. And I know we're can't glue and talk at the same time. Where my sister and my father my family lives, which happens to be in Pennsylvania, had horrible weather. They're still having horrible weather if it's just cold and I live in a warm climate, so I'm sitting here drinking iced coffee while they're snuggled around trying to drink hot coffee. And we trade a lot of pictures because I do miss the snow in look, in theory, especially around the holidays. I really do miss the snow. But then I go outside. And my missing the snow is short-lived. Let me just tell you that. Okay. So, we made 3. And in no time at all. Made 3. So, that's all you have to, my gosh, fold a piece of paper, fold a piece of cardstock, glue some trash on it, and then you can decide what you want to put inside it later. How easy is that? How simple is that? Well, I guess I'll let you get to it, and hope you have fun. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll see you next time. Bye.